Hail to the victors valiant. Hail to the conquering heroes. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and best. Hail to the victors valiant. Hail to the conquering heroes. Hail, hail to Michigan, the champions of the West. Go blue. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Michigan Wolverine fans. Hello, YouTube subscribers, and hello, Facebook. This is your boy, one and truly, Harry Bryan signing in. This is a special video and my thought on Michigan's recruiting class of 2021. And before the recruiting class, or should I say before early signing day approached, Michigan was ranked in the top 10. So Michigan was ranked number 8. So Michigan had one 5-star, 13 4-star players, and the rest of them, I believe, is 9 3-star players, or 3-star recruits. So as the day progressed in this early signing period, Michigan lost 2 4-star players. So Michigan lost Branden Jennings to Maryland. So Maryland got a good one. So he was a strong commit to Michigan, and then all of a sudden, I guess he had cold feet because this whole Jim Harbaugh situation, uncertainty, whatever the case. So Branden Jennings decided that he was going to commit to Maryland, and we have lost defensive end, offensive lineman, and Quintin Somerville, and we lost him to UCLA. So I guess I don't know if it's because of Jim Harbaugh's situation with the contract dispute, or the uncertainty of Jim Harbaugh, or because he wanted to be closer to home. So he flipped and he chose UCLA over Michigan. So we lost 2 4-star recruits. So that caused Michigan to dip down just outside the top 10 as far as the recruiting class of 2021, which that was expected. I mean, kids do it all the time. It happens year after year. It can happen to any team. So, hey, it is what it is. We lost 2 recruits, 2 commitments, but I look at it like this. Those who want to play for Michigan will stay at Michigan. And the ones that is on the fence or start having cold feet, then those are the ones that really has no desire to play, and chances are we're not going to get their commitment. So it is what it is. Recruiting is the most important part of the game, because you gotta get recruits. You gotta get good recruits in order to be able to compete against elite teams like Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Notre Dame. I mean, you gotta be able to recruit good players. So anyway, Michigan signed a total of 20 commits today. Michigan signed a total of 20 commits. But here's the thing I'm happy about. Even though we did lose Branden Jennings and we did lose Quintin Somerville, and those were some big losses, as far as Michigan, as far as in the recruiting class. But Michigan got J.J. McCarthy to commit to the University of Michigan. We got J.J. McCarthy. He's secured. I was worried that we wasn't going to get J.J. McCarthy because, like I said, because of Jim Harbaugh and the uncertainty of if he's going to stay at Michigan or is he going to leave or get fired. So I was kind of worried that J.J. McCarthy might have started having cold feet and he might just think about flipping and go to another program. But J.J. McCarthy wanted to play at Michigan, and he proved it over and over again that he wanted to play for the Maize and Blue. And so thank God that J.J. McCarthy signed the letter of intent. That was our biggest signing of this year's class, was getting J.J. McCarthy on board. So when J.J. McCarthy signed his letter of intent, then we got another big-time huge commit from running back Donovan Edwards. Out of Michigan. Donovan Edwards out of Michigan. This man made his announcement in the snow, outside. This guy is crazy. If it was any other recruit, they would want to have their announcement at home in a warm place, with all the glitter, the fireworks, all the media attention. But Donovan Edwards made his announcement in the middle of a football field at his high school, in the snow, in the freaking blizzard. I ain't gonna say blizzard, but in a football field, in the middle of a football field, outdoors, in windy, cold conditions, snowy conditions. He made his announcement that way. That was absolutely crazy, and I got mad respect for this man. And I think the reason why Donovan Edwards made that commitment the way he did, in the style that he did it, was to prove a point that he don't mind playing in the cold on the fall Saturday afternoon at the big house. So technically, he was telling everybody that he wanted to play at Michigan. Because why else would he do his announcement outside while it's snowing, while it was windy outside, in the middle of a football field? Why would he do that? So anyway, that was our second big signing. So let me go over this. So Michigan drafted. Michigan, 20 players committed to Michigan. So I'm reading off a sheet. So if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at the sheet. So I wrote some material down to share with you. So Michigan signed a total of 20 commits. So on the offense, Michigan added 4 offensive linemen and 7 skilled position players, which is 3 receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and 1 quarterback, which is J.J. McCarthy. Now, that was the biggest signing of our class, was getting J.J. McCarthy. He was the cherry on top of the sundae. And on the defensive side, Michigan addressed all 3 levels of the defense. So they added 3 defensive linemen, they added 3 linebackers, and they added players in the secondary, 2 players in the secondary. So Michigan might not have been in the top 10 after the day was done, but I'm pretty happy with our signing. But the thing is, when we got Xavier Worthy to commit to Michigan, I was happy. I'm like, okay, yes. Because we needed Xavier Worthy. And then, of course, we got the flip, I think, from Jalen Hood. I think that's his name, Jalen Hood. He did a surprise flip, and he chose Michigan. I forgot what other schools that was trying to compete for his for his commitment, but I mean, I look at it like this. It started bad because, like I said, we lost 2 4-star commits. We lost Branden Jennings, and then of course we lost Quintin Somerville. Those was huge losses. Those was huge for them not to commit to Michigan. So we lost Branden Jennings to Maryland, and then we lost Quintin Somerville to UCLA. So that was the beginning. And I'm like, oh, crap. It looks like it's going to be another crap recruiting class year. But surprisingly, even when Michigan had a horrendous season this year, we still at least cracked outside the top 10. At least we are number 11 for right now. I can't argue with this. But the thing that I'm happy the most is when J.J. McCarthy committed to the University of Michigan. That's the part that I was so happy about. Because that's been Michigan's Achilles heel for almost 2 decades. It's the quarterback position. Michigan needed that elite style type quarterback. J.J. McCarthy, he's a dual threat. He's a dual threat quarterback. Dual threat. And from watching his game films when he was in high school, even when he was playing in the All-American game, this dude, he looks good. Now, I'm not going to get caught in the trap of the quarterback hypes because Michigan been doing that for so long. And once that quarterback gets tested, after all that hype, they choke. They fail. They are no-show. They are done. I'm not falling in that trap anymore. But I tell you one thing about J.J. McCarthy. I really think this man, he really wants to play at Michigan, and he demonstrated that he wanted to play for the Maize and Blue. He wanted to play for this team. He wanted to play for this letter M, and for this letter M right here. He wanted to play at Michigan because he also said after he signed his letter of intent that he wanted to take Michigan to where we wasn't on for a long extended period of time. He wanted to take Michigan back to the promised land, so to speak. He wanted to be that quarterback that be in the Heisman conversation. Now, for him to say stuff like that, I'm impressed with that young man, and he ain't even played a snap for the Maize and Blue, and I'm impressed with him already. His name alone sounds like Heisman written all over it, but I'm gonna pump the brakes on that because, like I said, he has to prove himself. It's gonna take probably a year or two for him to learn the system, for him to learn the offense, for him to develop the chemistry with his targets, with his wide receivers, with his tight end, with his running backs. It's going to take time for him to develop that chemistry with his teammates. But I promise you, if he stays at Michigan and he really is as advertised, then that's going to give Michigan fans a good feeling about our program. That means our program is finally heading in the right direction. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to beat Ohio State because they still clearly head over heels better than we are. I'm just being honest as a Michigan fan. I'm just being realistic. They are better than us right now. But for J.J. McCarthy, for him to commit to Michigan, that gives me a good feeling like we actually have a chance to stop the cycle of anointing these unproven quarterbacks. And when game time comes and it's time for them to prove themselves, they under so much pressure to live up to the hype that they choke. They choke, or they just totally fall on their face because they just wasn't ready for that type of pressure. Because we all know that college football is a whole lot different from high school football. See, he could play well in high school, but when you go into a college level, that's a whole new different animal in itself. It's just like when a college player graduates from college and go into the NFL and they find out the NFL is a whole different beast. That you might be one of the top players in college, but when you go to the NFL, you just a little fish in a lake swimming with sharks. It's a whole new different beast. But I'm sure J.J. McCarthy, I'm sure that this young man wants to make a name for himself. And I really think that he definitely wants to be a legend at the University of Michigan. And no matter who's the coach, I'm sure that we're going to give him every opportunity for him to make a name for himself, to make an image for himself, and to eventually become a Michigan legend at Michigan. Now, is he going to be another Tom Brady? Is he going to be another a Gerback? Is he going to be another another Chad Henne or another like Jake Rudock? I don't know. We don't know. But we gonna give him every chance to compete for the top spot out there on that field. J.J. McCarthy, as long as he keeps that same drive, that same energy, I think he has a chance to make a name for himself, and I think he's gonna really help Michigan to get out of this decades of mediocrity and to finally rise. And hopefully it won't just be J.J. McCarthy. It'll be quarterbacks behind him that has that same mentality to want to take Michigan to the next level. And so we're going to give him his chance. And hopefully if Jim Harbaugh sticks around, that will kind of resuscitate his image at Michigan. So let's just hope that happens. So anyway, as far as the recruiting class of 2021, we did drop down 3 spots because we was ranked number 8. But like I said, we lost these 2 4-star commits. They flipped. And so we dropped down to 11 for right now in early signing period. But from what I've seen on far as the players and the personnel, I'm happy. I'm happy. Because at the end of the day, think about it. At the end of the day, it's not about if a player is ranked 3 stars, 4 stars, or 5 stars. When you out there on that field, they're not going to say, the opponent's not going to look at you and say, oh, well, you're a 5-star player. I'm scared of you. No. When you out there on that field, throw away your rankings, throw away the stars, throw away all the composite rankings, throw all that out the window. Because when game time comes, it's all about one thing that's going to make a team ready or not. And that one thing is called preparation. Are the players prepared to go to war? Are they prepared to win at any cost? Except cheating. Don't cheat. But are they prepared to go out there and play meaningful football and to entertain the fans and to make them leave feeling better than they felt before they enter into the stadium and spent their money on game tickets and refreshments and parking? We'll see. So anyway, I'm going to conclude this video. And if you like this content, and if you like my previous content, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bar, and hit the like button if you like this content. So that's my takeaway from this 2021 Michigan recruiting class. I can't wait to see what they're going to do. I'm especially excited for J.J. McCarthy. I'm excited for Donovan Edwards and see what he's going to do. Xavier Worthy. And all these other young men that decide that they want to play for the Maize and Blue. So we're going to see what happens. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with our recruiting class. I'm pretty happy. It could have been worse. But thank God we signed 20 of them. We didn't get all the ones we wanted, but we got the ones we needed. So there you go. So To everybody, to all the Michigan fans, I love y'all guys. We're a family. We're a family that bleeds maize and blue. Don't ever quit on your team. Don't ever stop supporting your boys. No matter if they're struggling, no matter if they are having issues with personnel or with coaching or anything else. Just stay supportive of your team, and eventually one day we're going to enjoy the fruits of being Michigan fans when we start winning once again on the perennial basis. So until then, y'all, I love y'all guys. And like always, hail to the victors, valiant, go blue. It's all about the team, the team, the team. Good night, y'all. This is Harry Bryan signing off. Deuces.